Hey, Mary. All right. Things are really starting to pick up now. I know I've been saying that a lot, but for realsies this time, things are really starting to go crazy, and a lot of connections are starting to be formed. And I'm really excited to continue. But, as always, we got to do a recap, you know. So, in the last episode, we mostly explored the orbital probe cannon. We started on the portion that was in orbit around Giants Deep, and we got to explore the control module and the launch module. But in order to get to the probe tracking module, we had to get a little bit creative. We had to go beneath the current. We already knew how to do that from the Southern Observatory. But to get to the core, we had to get a little bit creative. We kind of had a hint from Feldspar, and we used the jellyfish to get down there. So once we got down there, we found the probe tracking module, and we were able to learn the coordinates for the Eye of the Universe. And now we know that the probe, the one that we see get shot at the beginning of every loop, is also in the time loop with us. In fact, it's been in the time loop longer than we've been. And it shot over 9 million times in random directions until eventually it found the Eye of the Universe just manually. And in doing so, it activated the other statues, which probably originally was meant to bring the Nomai into the loop so that they could find the Eye, presumably. But because the Nomai are long gone, it brought us into the loop on accident. And that's where we are now. Why the Nomai ended up dying, we don't know, and why the project only started activating now, thousands of years after the Nomai had gone, is also kind of up in the air. We don't really know, but that's something that we're going to have to explore. We finished the episode on a smaller note, exploring the Tower of Quantum Trials, which I just want to address a mistake. I've been addressing as the Quantum Shrine up until this point. In reality, the Quantum Shrine is something that was built on the Quantum Moon by the Nomai. The Tower of Quantum Trials was the thing that had been referenced in the past that Solanum had visited. I was just calling it by the wrong name. But yeah, in the tower, we found out about the law of quantum imaging, in which essentially looking at a quantum object through a camera is just as it works in the same way as looking at it directly, in that it won't start teleporting around. So we can use that in the future. And now, as I've kind of been hinting to in the previous episodes, we can head to a new planet. We're done on Giants Deep, or at least for now, I believe, we can head to the Ember Twin. Not the Ash Twin, the Ember Twin. There we go, yeah. So, there's a lot of really cool stuff here, and we've been hearing about the Ember Twin for quite a while. In particular, we've been hearing about the Quantum Moon Locator. Right from the, I think it was the first episode, or the second episode, whenever we went to the Outer Rock. Normally I cut the trips here, but because the Ember Twin is so close, we can kind of just fly there. Now, this planet is pretty crazy. Like all the other ones, it does have a gimmick that will be getting in our way. Luckily for us, though, it hasn't quite started yet. But when it does, it'll be very apparent. I want to be strategic with where I land here. There's a lot to explore on this planet. We're going to be here for a while. But I feel like we should go and visit the Quantum Moon Locator first, since that's the first thing that we had been hearing about. I believe it's at the South Pole? Okay, so that's the North Pole. So we got to go this way. Or, oh god, okay, yeah. So we do have to be careful. The Ember Twin is very, very close to the sun, and so things can get kind of crazy, especially the orbit's very fast. Okay, wait, here we go. I think this is it. So I will just land right here. Nice. Okay, let's get started. So yeah, we've been hearing about this for a long time, and now that we know more about the Quantum Moon, I think now's a good time to explore this. Yeah, no, I hate how close we are to the sun. Especially later in the loop when the sun gets really big, it gets kind of freaky, I'm going to be honest. But here we go. We have some kind of map here. Okay, so there's a symbol for the Quantum Moon. I think if we look away, yeah, okay, it just tracks where it is. So we have it right over there. horrifying as always. And if we, yeah, and now it's, where is it? There we go. Okay, it's at Dark Bramble now. Yeah, alright, so I guess we don't really need the tracker. I don't think it'll really come in handy too often since we can just look with our eyes. But it is definitely cool. And we can see what the Nomai had to say about it. This planet sometimes, and only sometimes, has a moon. This is also of note. It disappears if no one is watching it. Isn't that a fascinating orbital characteristic? This is my first time encountering a natural satellite with the ability to vanish when not being watched. We should study it, or even better, we should travel there. I agree. Our first step would be determining a method to track this phantom moon so that we can always know where it is. There we go. Given its reluctance to move while consciously observed, it might be a form of macroscopic quantum mechanics. Yeah. I found your note, Melloray. Kindly count me in among this moon's admirers. What is happening when it disappears? I doubt it ceases to exist. Does it move to another location? I believe so. Not only does the moon appear around Brittle Hollow, I can confirm it sometimes orbits Timber Hearth as well. Yeah, so, it is interesting to note that we already knew the Nomai were like super geniuses, but, them knowing about quantum mechanics is also pretty cool. Is that all that's here? Surely not. We've been, hearing about... Yeah, okay, here we go. We have a little campsite over here. Chert's research notes. Property of Chert. Clearly the Nomai were making astronomical observations here. They chose an excellent spot. What with this big rotating... Or what is this big rotating device for? Was it the Nomai? What was it the Nomai were observing? Sorry, it's been a while since I recorded. I'm getting my bearings again. I'd posit there's something special about the orange symbol on that device. Hal and the new astronaut's translator tool would be nice to have handy about now. Yeah, okay, so that's us. And Chert is actually the traveler that's on this planet. We'll be talking to her in the future. She's pretty important. And we do have a scroll here. So we can find... Here we go. We can just put it into this one. Whoop. And... there we go. Okay. The quantum moon locator is functioning. We have markers for each of the places the moon goes. And Nona, Burr, and I just observed the quantum moon in orbit around Dark Bramble. I added a marker for Dark Bramble. I thought the locator now accounted for all of the phantom moon's locations, but sometimes the locator can't tell where the moon is. Perhaps there's a problem with the device? It's also possible there exists a sixth place in this star system which the phantom moon travels. You have keen eyes, my friend, so this moon travels to a total of 5 locations, not 4. And actually, I read that out of order, but it seems like there's a 6th location, which we had kind of discussed previously, is almost certainly the eye of the universe. And actually, here we go. There's the gimmick for this planet. The Ember Twin will slowly siphon off the ash from the Ash Twin. It uncovers stuff on the Ash Twin, like the towers we've been hearing about. But the caves and the crack along the equator slowly fills up. So when we end up venturing down there, we're going to have to move quickly, otherwise we'll be crushed or, like, we'll suffocate. And that's happened to me a lot. I think that's everything we need here. Maybe. We had already been hearing about most of this stuff, but it's good to kind of double check. And, I mean, like, truly a testament to the Nomai's ingenuity. Oh, yeah, there we go. Just the fact that they were able to track this at all, it's kind of crazy. Anything over here? We got a little grove. Most of the stuff on Ember Twin is underground, which kind of sucks because, well, you know, the ash. But, I think there's a couple things that we can venture to first before we go down there. And actually, I think I'm going to want to move to the other pole. Actually, before we do that... Yep, okay. Just wanted to make sure we got everything. We can move to the place that we saw earlier. Like that big stone spire looking thing. That's another one of the... here we go. Yeah, see, like, look at the caves. Although, Ember Twin is kind of small, so the gravity is a bit low. Whoa, alright. And, as we can hear from the drumming, this is where Chert is. Whoop. Now, unlike the other travelers who, like, talking to them isn't super important, talking with Chert is important. In fact, talking with her is like a big... There's like some discoveries to be made by talking with her at certain points in the loop. But we can't introduce ourselves. Goodness, it's you. Hello. I take it's your first launch went well then. Welcome to the Hourglass Twins. Mind the sand now. What are you up to? Hornfels asked me to update our star charts, so I'm out here observing. This is one of the best places in the solar system to spot astronomical events, you know. What's weird is I've actually seen a couple of supernovae today. Usually I'd be fortunate just to see one. Keep an eye out for on the stars, and maybe you'll spot one for yourself. Tell me, what can I do for you? Is there anything we can do? How dangerous is that big column of falling sand? On a scale of 1 to dead, I'd give it a 7 or 8. Awfully pretty, though. Right now, the sand is flowing from the ash twin to the ember twin, but did you know the process eventually reverses? We're not completely sure why the sand flows back and forth between the twins, but it seems to be a natural phenomenon. Oh, if you'd like to see something interesting, check out the other twin once more the sand drains off. I promise you won't be disappointed. Yeah, so, yeah, so we can actually get sucked up by the column of sand. Or, I mean, like, if we're on the ash twin, we get sucked to ember twin. If we're here already, we kind of just get, like, bombarded with sand. I don't think it kills us instantly, though. But yeah, so Chert is, like, the resident astronomer, I guess, of the travelers. Similar to how we know that Ryback is the archaeologist, and Gabriel's, like, I don't know, he just chills, I guess. Chert is, like, the, she actually does science. So she's really important, and she mentioned seeing some supernovae. Kind of a callback to the first episode, yeah. There's many supernovae that actually happen during the loop. In fact, yeah, here we go. And in real life, supernovae are very, very rare events. Although we do, over human history, there has been a couple. In fact, in some of the ancient Chinese astronomical records, there was one that was that the Chinese called a guest star, when in reality it was a supernova. And actually, we can see the planetary nebula it left behind. Or, sorry, not planetary nebula. The supernova remnant that it left behind. I forget which one it was exactly. I'll put it on screen now, but I'm thinking it's the Crab Nebula? I don't know. That might be wrong. That's probably wrong. But, yeah, so pretty cool. And actually, apparently Betelgeuse is going to be going supernova soonish as well. Maybe during our lifetimes, but again, I'll have to fact check that. So, what can we do now here? We can explore the caves a bit. Although, again, we're going to have to be careful. Since, yeah, as you can see, the cave which originally went pretty deep is already filling up with sand here. You can actually see it moving up. So there's probably going to be a couple times that we get caught in the caves. And, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's not the most pleasant. Yeah, and here's another hazard we have on Ember Twin. These cacti. I actually will intentionally get pricked by one, just to show you. It will puncture our suit and will start draining oxygen. So these are very dangerous. I can't remember if I mentioned this in the previous episode, but things get kind of crazy. Here we go. We have some writing on the ground. Colas is missing. He vanished from the lakebed cave at the bottom of the dry lakebed at the North Pole several days ago, and we're unable to find any trace of him. I don't know how much air he had when he disappeared. I beg any friend reading this, help us recover Colas. This rock is very familiar. Did you travel here, my sedimentary friend? Because your unique color and texture appear identical to a rock I met earlier. Wasn't this the same rock fragment in the cave we found at the bottom of the dry lakebed at the North Pole? We plan to re-examine the northern lakebed cave. Maybe our friendly rock here will meet us down there. An update. Melloray and I went back to the lakebed cave and observed this rock again. Sometimes it's there and sometimes it isn't. That means this rock wanders like the quantum moon does. How curious. I didn't see a rock. I Oh, there it is. And, yeah, similar to the, all the other places we found a rock. Whoa. The cacti move with it. And, kind of like I just illustrated, we don't actually have to, like, look away like we always have. We can just turn off our light. Okay. We are in a different cave. Right. And our ship is over there now. Okay. And the rock is gone, of course. Okay, here we go. How curious. This rock took me with it to a new location. I wonder why this happened. Curious, but also alarming. This new cave appears to lack any entrance or exit. Also, the rock that brought me here disappeared while I wasn't watching. The wandering rock has returned. Never before have I been so delighted to see a sedimentary specimen. Come on. I wonder if myself became quantum briefly when the rock carried me here. This seems the clearest explanation. Hypothesis: if the rock can bring me here, it can also carry me out. My hypothesis was correct. I can travel on this rock. As long as I'm not observing my surroundings, meaning I must be in complete darkness, I'm going to bring this to my mentor here to see this. Oh, God. Mallory is here now, too. We theorize when a conscious being is in contact with a quantum object and ceases to act as an observer, explaining the need for darkness. The being can become entangled with the quantum object. They move together. Friends, Colas has discovered a new quantum rule. He has also promised me he'll never vanish again, even if he does learn something useful from it. Yeah, so Colas disappearing had a happy ending there, and actually, we've learned the third quantum rule, apparently by accident. When we are in contact with a quantum object, and we cease to be an observer, we become entangled. And actually, we're in a new cave again. Although we are running low on oxygen, and I'm pretty sure there aren't any... Whoa, what the... okay. There aren't any trees down here, so we may actually have to take a pit stop. I actually have no idea where we are. Oh, okay, hold on. We're, back out. I guess we just, came through another entrance. And, convenient timing, too, because I need to refill my oxygen. And actually, whoa, while we're here, I can refill my jetpack, too. But yeah, see, we can see a lot of supernovae happening. Very odd. Does Chaired have anything to say? Oh, you're back. Say, have you noticed anything unusual about the stars lately? Something seems... How do I put this off? I've seen, what, 10 supernovae already? 12? They're in the double digits now, and that's, you know, not normal. Not normal at all. Yeah, so, watch her for the stars. I mean, sand. Yeah, so, as we come back to her more, throughout the loop, she'll make some more observations that, I mean, that kind of just echo what we've been seeing. And, since she's kind of the astronomer, she kind of knows this stuff, pretty well. So, yeah. And I feel her, worry is definitely well-founded. Really quickly, though, before we can see the ash is really starting to get up there, we can go back to this cave. I actually just want to quickly check to make sure we didn't miss anything. Oh, well, that's a shame. Guess we can't go back there. Yeah, see, this is one of the issues we're going to be facing in the Ash Twin. Wait, was it this way? Things get really tight. There we go. No, I guess it wasn't. Yeah, we're going to be running into that problem a lot. And unfortunately, once we get to a certain point in the loop, there's not a whole much... Oh, fuck. Oh, uh-oh. There's not a lot more we can do there. We do have to be careful. Yeah. Oh, man. But yeah, we can see a lot of stuff getting revealed on the Ash Twin. The towers and like a big old bridge. We'll have to explore there later. I mean, we do know that at its core is the Ash Twin project, but apparently we can't access it due to the protective shell. So, yeah. This might be a little boring of a section, but I'm kind of too intimidated to get started on anything big just yet. In the next loop, we'll explore a bit more. But for now, I kind of just want to keep checking in with Chert. Whoa. Yo, what's up? The stars, they're all dying! There have been too many supernovae for it to be anything else. We're next, you understand? Our sun, by Earth's name, we're next! What do you mean by we're next? It's the stars, you see. All the other stars are dying out. Oh, why did we have to be born at the end of the universe? And our sun, the star charts, why? Why did I want to update them so badly? I didn't have to know, but oh no, I had to update the star charts. I had to go looking for things I shouldn't have, and now our sun is about to, oh, I don't feel well. I'd like to be alone, please. Oh, poor Chert. Yeah, man. I mean, lucky we're in a time loop, so, you know, it's not for real, I guess. But, yeah, look at the sun. Oh, my gosh. Just absolutely horrifying. In real life, if we were this close to the sun, we'd be fucking dead. But, I guess, you know, in this universe, the laws of physics are a bit different. And, you know, as scared as she is, killing it on the drum still, Chert. Okay, and she does have one more thing to say. I do have a timer going, so I'm gonna try to come back at the right time. I think once the theme starts playing, we can. But yeah, look at how few stars there are now. It's really scary. And even now, still more supernovae are happening. I feel like I could look like anywhere and I'd see one. Yeah. Oh no, that's just like a part of the sun, I guess. Yeah, there's one. There's one. Is that one? I think that one's about to go. Yeah, man. Really spooky. Ooh, but, I mean, at the very least, it doesn't seem very surprising that our sun is also going. Oh, God. I like the Ember Twin, but damn, do I hate being this close to the sun. We don't have to worry about, getting gobbled up, though. We have a big old tower here. Might have to be something we explore later. We have a map. What is this, actually? Here we go. Oh, and there's the theme. The Sunless City. Interesting. Note, this door will need to remain closed for some time. Pi and I are running an experiment based on the extraordinary findings from the White Hole Station. An update, the High Energy Lab is now being used to design the Ash Twin project. If you're here to help or even just to observe, be sure to use the Sunless City path to the lab. Raimi and I will be running this experiment until one of us, specifically me, can prove the other wrong. So, although it's inconvenient, the lab currently can only be accessed through the path from the Sunless City. Inviting stand inside would disrupt the setup and could have enormous consequences. We realize this is an intriguing prospect, but the door must remain closed nonetheless. So this must be the High Energy Lab, yeah. So unfortunately, we can't access it. Okay, sorry, I gotta go quickly. We can't access it through the outside way. We're gonna have to go through some place called the Sunless City, which is almost certainly the Hanging City analog here on the Ember Twin. And we can see what Chert has to say. Oh, hello. Come sit with me, my fellow traveler. Let's sit together and watch the stars die. If it helps, we're in a time loop, so we won't really die. Ah, that's a lovely thought. Is that how you're coping with this? Does it help? I guess a little bit. But, yeah, to be point blank during a supernova. I guess it doesn't really matter. You die either way, but still. Man. Crazy how quickly she came to terms with it. Oh well. Okay, we're back. What the? That shot through the planet. Okay, whatever. And we can go right back to the Ember Twin. Although, I really just want to check to make sure that we got all of what Chair had to say. I always miss those logs, every time. God damn it, I knew it! I knew we missed something! And we actually did miss something in the lakebed cave as well. Which makes sense. I guess we couldn't teleport to all the locations just because of the ash. So, also, I'm not sure if we missed something she had to say about the stars, or if there's just some other prompt that, something she tells us about. But we can go right back, because we have to explore the lakebed cave again anyways. And then, we can maybe start looking for the path to the Sunless City that we've been hearing about. So, I will meet you there. Okay, here we are. There's Church's ship right there. I'm just going to... Whoa. Park right here. Okay, and I do want to move quickly, since, again, the ash is going to be a big problem. I have a question for you. What are you doing out here? Right now, I'm documenting stars. Hornfels noticed our star charts are out of date, so they asked me to update them. Please don't tell the others I said this, but sometimes I think I'm the only traveler out here interested in doing any science at all. Or maybe don't fail Hornfels either. I think they're pretty deep in denial. I'm just gonna ask all the questions just to make sure. Supernova... Wait, what did I ask? I think how to spot a supernova. Supernovae look like extra bright stars to the naked eye, but if you zoom in with your signalscope, you can tell they're actually enormous explosions. Massive stars go supernova at the end of their lifespans, which is why it's so unusual to see two in a single day. I wonder if some of these stars are older than we realized? Okay, I think that was it, actually. For now... Oh, maybe not. My log didn't update. That's okay. I don't think anything that she says is, like, super important to the story, as awful as that is to say. So we don't have to worry about it too much. But, because the ash hasn't actually started yet, we can go right to the bottom. Whoa! Ooh, is that gonna be safe, actually? Am I gonna die? Oh, okay, no, but I don't think I should have done that. Oh god. Okay, oh god. That was scary. I thought I was gonna die. Although, I swear to God, there is an entrance, like, right at the bottom. Or something right at the bottom. But I can hear the ash, and it's, freaking me out. Yeah, what? Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. No. Okay, I'm not going in there. If I do, the rising ash will crush us against the ceiling, and it's a very disturbing death. Probably the most disturbing death that we can have at this point. Whoa. But yeah, that's unfortunately something we're going to be fighting with for the next few episodes here. The ash. I feel like it's as far as the planet gimmicks go, it's the one that annoys me the most, just because, you know, on Blur Hollow, you can avoid the black hole if you're careful enough. On Giant Steep, you have, like, those pad thingies that prevent you from dying in space. But here, you just gotta race against time. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Are we even going in the right direction? I have no idea. Okay, yeah, so here's the rock. Is this new? Oh, okay, yeah, this is new. Friends, if you find any sign of Colas, I implore you to tell me. He's vanished without a trace during our research trip, and he's been missing ever since. Mallory, some of us from the Sunless City are here to help search for Colas. Can you tell us more about your expedition? You have my gratitude, Burr. Colas and I were studying in the cave's geology. We hope to learn more about a unique wandering rock that visits several different caves in the area. Where was young Colas lost, Mallory? He disappeared in the cave at the bottom of the dry lake bed in the North Pole. It happened in an instant and without warning. I turned away from Colas to examine a sample, and when I turned back, he simply wasn't there anymore. He had a limited supply of air, Anona. I'm afraid for him. Hypothesis. We will learn more by examining the northern lake bed where coal has disappeared. Search quickly, everyone. We have no time to squander. Yeah, okay. Oh, the rock's gone. There we go. I can't remember how many locations or how many different caves there are. Yeah, okay, so we've been to this one, been to that one. This is the one that Colas got trapped in, right? Yes. Man, come on. What? Uh-oh. There we go. Okay, that scared me for a while. Anything else? This is the one with the stalagmites. Floor. Stalagmites. Bumble Dumble. Oh, this one's new, I think. No, it's not new. I'm just stupid. Okay, I think we got all of them. And actually, we can explore a bit more here. Oh, what? I've already used up so much of my oxygen and my fuel. We are in a different part of the planet now, and, oh boy, here comes the column. It is very pretty, though. But we should probably keep going. And actually, we've been spat out right here by, what seems to be another escape pod, yeah. In fact, we had, heard this one all the way back when we found the original one on, Brittle Hollow. So yeah, this is Escape Pod 2, and we know the third one is, yeah, there's Escape Pod 1, and the third one is, in Dark Bramble, wherever that is. Very unfortunately for them. Although I am running out of oxygen, so I'm gonna quickly go refuel, and then I'll meet you back here. Okay, we're back. And now, we won't suffocate to death. Cool. So, yeah, we have another escape pod here. We had heard about the one that had crashed on the Ember Twin. So we can see a different perspective here. Let's see what we got. We need status reports for all systems, but initial things first. Is everyone unharmed? Our escape pod's passengers are afraid but physically well, Anona. Everyone survived the crash. This is a relief, at least. You have my gratitude, Burr. Were you able to find other escape pods' distress signals? I can hear both signals somewhere in the star system, but I don't believe either escape pod crashed on the same planet as us. Yeah, And, this might just be the same thing that we had read on Brittle Hollow. Escape Pod 2, vessel has been mortally injured, emergency sequence activated, awaiting departure from vessel. Launching Escape Pod 3, now launching Escape Pod 2. Collision imminent, preparing for impact. Scanning external environment, scan complete. External temperature is profitably high? Verdict, inhospitable. Do not seek shelter on planet's surface. Okay. So this planet was deemed as inhospitable. And with the heat, it explains why so much stuff is underground. The heat from this star system's sun is more bearable below the surface. When our escape pod punctured this planet's surface, it broke into what scans show is a cave system with much cooler air. I would recommend we seek shelter down there to build a long-term shelter. Sorry, to seek a site down there to build a long-term shelter, Anona. But these passages are a maze. Even with this danger, they are still our best chance for survival. We'll form teams and descend into caves to look for a shelter site. We can mark our findings on the walls to avoid becoming irreversibly lost. Be cautious, everyone, and be aware of the sand as you search. It appears to be rising gradually. Yep. Oh boy, don't I know it. And actually, we have a whole bunch of stuff over here. Emergency escape hatch, okay. Keep moving, friends. There's nothing of interest at the end of this passage but rocks. And while these rocks are interesting, they can wait until a less urgent time. I want to see some interesting rocks. Come on. Wow. Yeah, those are interesting, alright. Amazing. So amazing, I'm willing to risk my life just to see them. What's this? Do not follow this tunnel to its end. Colas and I will examine the horror that lies at the end of its terminus later, provided we live through this. Okay, horror, come on. Doesn't look that bad to me. Oh no! Actually, you know what? Oh yeah, wow. Okay, so there's an anglerfish fossil here. That's weird. We know the anglerfish to be originally from... Hold on, I just want to get a good look. Here we go. From... And there's some skeletons down there, too. Some small skeletons, actually. That's really depressing. We know the anglerfish to be from Dark Bramble, so the fact that one's here and in a cave, no less, is really strange. But, well, who knows? This universe is crazy, after all. But if all of those paths are... Oh, never mind. Hold on, there's a couple more. We have found an enormous cavern at the end of this passage that appears promising. I believe we could construct a long-term shelter there. The cavern Melleray found is a wise choice for shelter. Could one of you mark the directions for the others to follow? This is the start of the path to the shelter site. I've left directions to guide you there. Of note, we must hurry, as the pathway there is filling with sand. Do not allow yourself to be buried by sand, and make sure no one is lost. Okay, yeah, so let's do what they say. We can see the sand already filling up the cavern really quickly. Oh boy, we gotta go. Hopefully it wasn't that way. I think it was. Oh boy. Yeah, so the sand is just... Oh god, the sand. I think we can fly over though. Whoa, what's over here? Of note, this passage leads to breathable air. Refill your supply tank here. We cannot tell how far or deep these tunnels may wind, but do not linger, as this area is exposed to the heat of the alien sun. Yeah, so this is the pathway to the Sunless City that we've been hearing about, but unfortunately it doesn't seem like we can actually get there. We can't actually go this way either, Jesus. Very annoying, but I guess something we can remember for the next loop. Okay, so unfortunately, it seems we're going to have to explore this area in the next episode. We are kind of running low on time anyways, so this might be for the best, as I doubt we'd have been able to really explore anything if we did get there. And this, I believe, is the quantum moon locator. Yeah. So we can explore a bit more on the surface before the episode ends. We still got a couple more minutes. Uh-oh, if I don't fly into that wall, damn. And actually, hold on. I don't want to get caught by that. Whoa. We can... Yeah, so there's the destroyed door. This is the high energy lab, and we can see something trailing off of it, like a wire, maybe. And what do we have here? The Sunless City, except, yeah, okay, that's not happening. Some more ghost matter blocking the entrance. The ghost matter really does seem to be everywhere. Crash site caves. Yeah. Is there anything else of note here? Whoa. We do have the comet over there. And actually, you know, the comet's been in the background for most of the time we've been exploring. It might be time for us to pay it a visit at some point. Maybe after... Okay, we're just right back here. Come on. Maybe after we explore the Ember Twin. Since, I mean, like, surely it has some sort of important piece. Actually, it does. Spoiler alert, it's super important. Okay, wait, hold on. We got another thing here. We got a gravity cannon that is filling up with ash, because of course it is. Similar to the one that we saw on... Oh, what? Oh, come on. Everything is going wrong. Okay, I will meet you back here again after I refuel and everything. Okay, unfortunately the gravity cannon kind of was filled up with sand, so as always, because of course, the sand, I hate sand. But we do have some other cool things going on here, like for example, we have a warp pad, as we've seen on all the other planets, and we got a little thing over here. Whoa, okay. Well, of course. What's going to be the enemy of this section of the playthrough, the sand. we all hate the sand. And since we don't really have much else to do here, it seems, it might just be worth it for us to end the loop here and move on. Although, before we do that, actually, I don't know what happens if we get hit by the sand pillar. Because, you know, all the sand is being siphoned anyways, so... okay, it hurts us, but not like crazy. What happens if we... Whoa. And actually, oh god! You know, the planets are so close together that we can actually just travel, whoa, to them, ow. To, oh god. Just by flying, we don't even need our ship. So we're actually here on the Ash Twin now, although this is something that I will want to explore in its own dedicated episode. So let's actually just travel back. Yippee! Uh-oh. What's happening? Oh god! This is probably fine. It's, you know, ow. Yeah, no, the gravity on this planet is already pretty low. Like, just the fact that we can break orbit just by using our jetpack. Here I am, I'm like flying around. But the sun is looking red. I hate to be stalling. So... uh-oh. It's probably not a safe distance to be from the sun. How am I not dead yet? Like, genuinely, I cannot believe this. Oh, there we go. Okay. A rather violent end to that loop, but oh well, it works. So, on the next episode, we're going to be further exploring the Ember Twin. Hopefully, we're going to get down to the Sunless City, even though the sand is going to be fighting us the entire way. But we got a plan now, so I guess we'll have to see. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I love you.